Hello, lovely people. Thank you for coming back to watch another episode. I'm sure you've looked at the title. Right now, we're about to watch X-Files Season 1, Episode 5. It's called The Jersey Devil. So here we go again with Scully and Mulder. The last one was Conduit, where we had more of kind of a classic alien kind of abduction encounter with the little boy and his sister and the mom. I forget all their names now, so let's not even bother. But the story itself was a more traditional kind of alien abduction kind of encounter. We actually saw Agent Mulder's history come into play, where Scully actually listened to one of his hypnosis or regression videos or regression tapes that he had done in therapy, plus the idea of his story was something that came up over and over again in his connection with this case where his sister was also abducted, and that we found out at the end that he is actually waiting for her to be returned or to return to come back. So that must feel to him like an open case, or was it called a cold case is the ones that were never solved. So yeah, that must kind of run in his mind as well, and not give him the closure of his sister actually being gone. Is that kind of open-ended, when will she be back? So clearly he has a lot of motivation to try and find out as much about this supernatural, it's not supernatural, is it? Off-planetary contact and interaction, as far as it comes with the government and these different cases. So his involvement and his interest obviously comes from that place. And Scully is also getting roped in to the mayhem. And I feel as though she is becoming more attached to Mulder as well as the time goes by. She is supporting him more. She is kind of defending him a bit more when it comes to some of the other people in the Bureau. And it's really refreshing to see their relationship blossom into more of a friendship, and you can see that they sort of trust each other and really have each other's backs. So I'm really enjoying the series so far, and I'm excited to get into this next episode. One of my Patreon members actually suggested that I watch these episodes in the daytime, which is very difficult right now because I live in the UK and in the winter time it gets dark very, very quickly. So even though it's like only 4 or 5 o'clock, it's dark outside. So it's still daytime, it's just not light outside. So let's see if that impacts my experience. At least I'll have a few more hours before I go to sleep to digest these episodes, or watch something or read something before I go to bed to sort of, I don't know, cleanse the palate, the subconscious palate a bit. So anyway, let's go into the next episode, The Jersey Devil, episode 5 of season 1 of X-Files. Obama had a dog and Bingo was his name. B-I-N-G-O. Atlantic City, isn't that where people go for casino and stuff? Yeah, I think so. Uh-oh. A flat. This reminds me of me and my family driving through Jamaica. We got a flat tire in the middle of nowhere. Is that where the oh gosh.
Darn it.
I mean, he could have his son out there holding the flashlight for him. It's a good thing he has a flashlight. How many of you have a flashlight in your car in case you break down at night? Well, never mind, the son is sleeping.
Do you mind holding the light for a second?
Oh my gosh, he got just yanked away.
Where are you?
Oh my gosh.
What happened?
See, I was right about someone holding the flashlight, but wow. Bloodhounds. Yeah, he was dragged away very, very fast. It reminded me of A Quiet Place, you know, those things that come out of nowhere and just like grab them up.
There you go. His leg's been eaten off.
They found the body. So they said his leg's been eaten off. So what else are they looking at now? Why are they running? I like these little hats.
Here, we can smoke him out.
And then what?
That kind of looked like the guy from Sight.
He's coming at us.
They don't even know what that is. Why would they be shooting? What if it was another person? What did they just shoot? I'm so confused now. See, this is why I watch TV with subtitles, because then I'll be able to at least read what's going on if it's a bit jumbled in the audio mix. But in this case, it's a free-for-all. I just kind of have to wait for things to become clear again. Come on, Jillian. The truth is out there. Okay, today we've got the red and blue going on. It's a bit of a salmon-y red, isn't it? Super hot line. Whoa.
Woman claims to have been taken aboard a spaceship without food and water for 3 days.
Anti-gravity's right.
I read it for the stories.
They found a body in the New Jersey woods yesterday, just outside Atlantic City.
They think it's the mob?
It was a homeless man. There doesn't seem to be a motive.
Homeless man, so it wasn't the guy who was driving his family.
It's not our case, Mulder. The local police are handling it. An X-file?
Something fell out of that. The
It's
Jersey
a beast that's
Devil.
supposed to come out of the woods and attack cars.
That's the title of the episode.
Read the file about the case in 1947. Family watches dad get dragged off into the woods.
Ah, see, I was gonna make a comment. I was going to comment on the way
Human
that
flesh and
they were
bones of a man's
dressed.
large intestine.
I was going to comment on his shoes because he was wearing those shoes. Are they called like brogues or something like that have that at the end? Like it just looked a bit more old fashioned. And in my head, literally as this scene began, I was like, wait, what time period are we in again? Because he looked a bit like old fashioned. And I think this is more so in the 80s or, you know, I was trying to work out the decades in my mind. So him recounting that the dad to disappear by this Jersey Devil was in the 40s makes sense, straightens things out in my mind. They probably even put it on the New Jersey and they put the year. But yeah, I need to start paying attention to the years. Okay, let's start again. Sorry.
The original disappeared from the Patterson PD's files.
It's a folk tale, a myth.
I believed it. Thanks, Doreen. We got a cannibalized body in New Jersey.
See, but that's a key there as well. You know, I heard the same thing when I was a kid. It's a myth. I heard the same thing when I was a kid. I believed it. Like, essentially, we're all kind of kids in
They say
adult
animals can't
bodies,
develop an
and the
appetite.
way of thinking doesn't change astronomically from those
See the teeth
times.
marks? Just below
So
the clavicle?
Mulder definitely was one of those children, and because of his experiences as well,
Park ranger.
that really believed
Was he alive when it
these
happened?
oddities because he had experience with an oddity, whereas
Blood alcohol level was up.
Scully,
Probably never knew what hit
who
him.
you know wears her cross necklace, maybe she has a background in being in a more
Large
traditional
adult
or
male.
conservative household,
Detective Tom.
doesn't believe in these things because they're all kind of hokey
Hi, I'm
woo-woo
Special Agent
stuff.
Dana Scully, and this is Agent Fox Mulder.
So super interesting.
Oh, we're not here in an official capacity. Agent Scully is a medical.
Come on, guys, don't step on some toes.
I'm gonna ask you to leave.
No time to get pissy.
We have jurisdiction here.
But why is it always a competition?
This case is a local matter.
Agent Mulder, we should go.
It's always interesting to see in these shows
On the contrary.
when there's competition
I think
between
I've
the
been exceedingly
local
polite.
and the government and all of these things. It's just like a butting of egos. At the end of the day, both of you are trying to work out what happened.
So what's eating that guy?
He was perfectly in his right.
But you know what? If he's had that job for a long
Writing
time,
jurisdiction
he's
in a
probably
murder
had
case.
different
Anyway, you-
cases with these symptoms or these
Yeah, chances are he's out of clue. He'll
specifics that are
probably be.
Jersey Devil related.
Really humiliated him and told him who the perpetrator was.
Exactly.
Hey, what do you say we grab a hotel, do a little digging on this case?
Mulder, I have to be back in D.C.
We got a date?
Maybe.
I have my godson's birthday party at 6:30.
Aww.
What are you doing?
A little poking around.
3-hour drive back by myself.
No! Go to your godson's party, Scully. Come on. Mulder didn't even try and convince her or anything, which is good. Oh, that's cool. To push the money through the slot. Oh, did he just check the slot to see if there's any change?
On the body just over there. I've come across some weird stuff. Never anything like this. Victim was a homeless man.
I bet rangers have so many interesting stories, crazy stories as well.
Most are scared of the woods. Of what? I don't know. The devil? People say that's just a myth. Depends on who you talk to.
Have you seen him? Exactly.
Well, like I said, 32 years. I see a lot of weird stuff. Like one time,
Silence is so powerful.
I saw what I thought was a large man. And he starts sniffing the air, like a dog. And then he looked
What? So he kind of sees
smelled
like
me
a
because
giant
he took off into the woods so
and he ran
fast.
away. Wow.
You never saw him again. But I feel him.
But he feels him.
Found a half-eaten, looked like a human cuspid tooth in it. See what's responsible for the body you found?
I don't think it was aggressive. If it ran away from him, then I doubt it's dangerous.
2 years, it's either wrong
Or
thing.
not
Yeah.
dangerous, but not after humans.
How far is it into town? About a mile. I'm staying at the Galaxy. Will you call me? Sure.
Does he look suspicious to you? He looks a tiny bit suspicious. Or maybe he's just like weighing up Mulder to see if he's actually crazy or not. How did he just run into the wall like that?
What happened? Did you bump your head?
That dog is eating the cake? My gosh.
I'm gonna kill that dog.
Where are all these children's parents? You can't just drop your child off and... Oh my gosh, it's madness. And you're giving them all the sugar as well, so they're only going to turn up even more.
You're amazing. What? Such a natural at all this.
She's just keeping them alive at this point. That dog is a wild one.
You're great with kids.
When am I supposed to find the time?
First you have to get a life. Helps if you can find a man. Know of any? What about that guy you work with?
Mulder.
Mulder? I thought you said he was cute.
She said he was cute. Uh-oh.
He's obsessed with his work.
Dana thinks you're cute, Mulder. I wish you could hear me. We know he thinks she's cute. Always looking at her lips and stuff. It would be a bit cliche, but I don't know. I'd like to see them kind of blur some lines, perhaps. I like doing that with balloons on the string too, bouncing it.
Hi.
Hi. Come in.
Thanks.
Why did he look like he was showing up for a blind date or something? That was a bit strange. Divorced. So what? He shouldn't be looking at people. Look at your son. You don't know her relationship status. Don't be looking at people. Ooh. Is Mulder still walking around? Yeah, still walking around. Wow, look at these vehicles. Is this like a drug kind of place? Oh no, Mercy Mission. So maybe it's a food kitchen. Maybe.
Did anybody here know Roger Crockett?
Oh, he's looking for the homeless guys.
He was murdered
friends
2
or
days
something.
ago.
He probably has a different name, to be fair. Come on.
Roger Crockett? Anybody? What'd you want to know?
Oh, he does know him.
Did you hear how he died?
Yeah.
Any ideas who might have done it?
You a cop?
No, I'm FBI.
I'll show you something.
Okay.
That makes me nervous. Mulder is so careless at times. What's he doing? Ah, it's the giant. Is that the Jersey Devil?
Does it mean anything to you?
I've seen it.
Where?
Right here.
What?
Are you hustling me?
Swear to God.
So it doesn't just stay in the woods?
Has anybody else seen it?
Everybody's pretty free.
Anybody told the cop?
You think they don't know?
See? The guy was hiding something. He knows something is out there. He knows exactly what's out there.
Where are you
And he
sleeping
has a
tonight?
vested interest in keeping it on the down low.
You know the Galaxy Gateway? Room 756.
Hey, they got HBO?
HBO costs extra money, I think.
They do.
Man, you better watch your bill. I mean, yes, it's kind. And, yeah. But I remember one time this is a funny story. I remember one time we were spending the summer or some kind of school holiday at my grandma's house, me, my brother, and my sister. And we watched Bring It On, the movie, about maybe 4 or 5 times that week. And my grandma got the bill and she gave it to my dad and she was like, look at what they've watched this pay-per-view, because you had to we had to push the buttons to say yes, you want to watch it, but we didn't necessarily realize consciously that it was going to be charging money to the bill. So my dad was like, you spent like $19, $20, on watching this movie this week. Because it must have been like, I don't know, $3.99 every time or something like that. And yeah, we got into not like big trouble, but it was like, what are you doing? It was, yeah, in hindsight, it's funny. Because like now, we can just go and watch Netflix. Doesn't cost any money. You can go and stream things for free. You can pirate things. But back then it was like just the new thing was like, no, we're not going to watch The Cosby Show. We're not going to watch what was on Jerry Springer or Judge Judy or can't remember now what was on the daytime TV. Yeah, let's go into the special movies that we can watch. So yeah, that's where I'm coming from when I'm saying that during this time, definitely watching HBO, if it even costs money today, it's going to be a fortune watching it in that hotel. But that's up to Mulder. Oh, Mulder's sleeping rough tonight. He really immerses himself in the experience, doesn't he? Do you think he's going to see it? I don't think he's going to see it. There's no way. That doesn't look big enough to be the giant that everybody was talking about, but it does look a bit feral. I mean, to be fair, the giant thing was more so the ranger, not necessarily these homeless people. But is it naked or is it gonna be looking like this, like I can look around the corner? It does look a bit rough, and it's sniffing the air, so maybe it is that thing that the ranger saw as well. Yeah, it's definitely something feral. I wonder what it's looking for in these bins. That was brave. Oh no. Mulder is always in trouble. What are they gonna tell him now?
You got a man up on that roof.
Hey, back up.
There's a man up on that roof.
Get in the car.
Mulder.
What the hell do you think? I'll go right to the DA's office, starting an investigation.
Statements given to you describing something.
This is the fishing trip they get me up at.
Oh gosh.
Why else would you be sweeping the streets tonight?
I got a perpetrator out there. I've got a job to protect people.
Keep the tour buses rolling in.
That's an allegation. That is an allegation. He's hiding the underbelly
I've seen
of
it.
Atlantic City to keep the city's tourism thing going. Are you seriously showing him that? He was never going to take this seriously. Come on.
Who's going to be responsible when you lose your first tourist?
You are, sir, because you're wasting my time. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Wow. That is true, though. In the supermarket lines when I was young, there always used to be a couple of magazines that were like oddities and stories that just all looked fake. I cannot remember the name of them, but I don't necessarily recall seeing them in this country.
You got anything happening this morning?
What's that noise in the background?
You don't want to know, Scully.
That's the guy getting sick.
Mulder, where are you?
He's behind bars, girly.
Take me to get something to eat.
My body, but did you manage to panhandle some spare change for you?
Scully's
Move like a
funny.
cat.
Ooh,
Quick and
that
graceful.
pie looks homemade.
Roof that fast.
Mulder.
Now I want a dessert.
What's gonna happen when word of this gets back to the Bureau?
Exactly the way the ranger described. He was speaking through the garbage, Scully. If it was a man-eater.
It's not a man-eater, I said that. It's not interested in killing men.
But you do believe that I saw
But I don't think it chewed the arm off, to be honest.
I have to get back to Washington by 7:30.
another birthday party?
This time it's a date.
I have a date.
Yeah, with the divorcee. But she does think you're cute, Mulder.
Unlike you, Mulder, I would like to have a life.
I have a life.
Just about every culture has one.
Why is that?
Universal wild man myth
What's this chart?
shows the historic entry of man, you see, has been disastrous.
So we kill other species in order to survive. What if something entered the food chain above us?
It won't happen.
What if through some fluke of nature, who reverted to its most animal, and he occupies space above us on the food chain?
But why would he occupy the space above
Fast food
us?
restaurant and eat us on the way in.
Right.
Carnivorous, but you can only kill one person at a time.
Have been raised in the wilderness by animals and hunt like predators?
Cannibalism is rare. In the jungles of New Guinea.
There's always something Yeah.
Not outside the realm of extreme possibility?
It would be an amazing discovery.
I mean, I'm still confused because the ranger described him as quite tall. So I was expecting it to be more of like a giant, not just a wild, feral man. And I don't think he's carnivorous either, because if he sniffed the air and he smelled meat of a human and he's carnivorous, he would have tried to... Why does that one have boobs? He would have tried to come after them for, you know, for food.
The hard thing was when my wife remarried. Suddenly I felt very competitive.
Why are you talking about the ex-wife?
I'm sure.
I became a
This isn't going well. You're supposed to be asking her questions about her.
I actually had dreams where I was running over his stepfather with my car.
Why don't you ask Scully about her?
Having kids changes everything.
That's what they say.
She looks really pretty.
Take the kids out to the beach for the day.
Yeah.
Great.
I know we're just seeing a sliver of this date, but I hope...
So, can I ask about the case you're on, or can't you
Okay,
say?
he's asking about her, but mainly the case.
I don't think it's a case we should discuss over dinner.
Oh, he's eating meat.
I want to hear about the finer points of estate planning and taxation.
I want to know more about Scully's personality. Not personality, but like her personal life. Like, why did he ask about work? Why didn't he ask about her upbringing or something like that, you know? That's what I want to know about.
Mulder, found a body out in the woods today. The same tooth I found in that rabbit.
Oh, wow.
Where's the body now? You're sure it was a male?
Had all the plumbing.
The plumbing. Is he... Can he call her? Does she have a big cell phone? Oh, beeper, maybe.
Sorry. Excuse me.
Come on, Mulder, do not ruin her date, even though I don't really care much for him.
Sorry to interrupt your evening.
That's okay.
Maybe it isn't a beast man we're looking for.
See, the hips, the boobs, it could be a woman.
Well, if they picked it up, nobody logged the body on the chart. I sure haven't seen it.
They're hiding the body?
I've called you down here for
They're
nothing.
gonna try to sweep this whole thing under the carpet.
Wow.
The body they found was a male.
What are the chances of capturing it alive?
This thing has no fear of height. Stay together and start with the lower floor.
But why does he say primates have a fear of
500-pound bear
heights?
for an
Don't
hour, if I hit
apes
it.
climb trees and stuff? They drive down that street an awful lot, but they don't really find what they need to find. Why is the police always driving down this road? They're obviously going to find something. I wonder what it is.
Something here.
What is it? Blood?
Could be bringing her killing here. She could be injured.
Because remember when in the beginning they shot up that tree? But no, was that current day or back in the 40s? Oh, I don't know now. But why are they entering with the SWAT people after they see the Ranger's truck? Like, I don't know. I don't really understand.
What if it is a female, Scully?
I like the way they lit this. You know, there's a lot of darkness.
Or her days just spent looking for food.
Maybe she spends her day shopping.
8 million years out of Africa, I don't think we're all that different. Maybe we're just beasts with big brains.
Thinking about my godson's birthday party. Boys running around.
There were only 8 of them. It seemed like there was like 20 of them.
You know him?
No.
Well, what are you doing?
Why are they asking about him?
Does that sound familiar to you? Look, I know he's here somewhere. Would you check up?
But why do they have all of these guns looking for Mulder? They know he's not dangerous. He's just a little bit, you know, nosy. He's snooping. He's not there to kill or injure someone. Why do they need all of these people with all these guns? I think sometimes they just find any excuse to whip out a semi-automatic gun. Like, no, he's not coming calmly, but he also doesn't pose a severe threat to be running around like this with the guns. Are they just gonna hop out and shoot him as soon as they see him? If I was Scully, I wouldn't move because people be trigger happy. Wait, was that Mulder? Looks like he looked like he'd been practicing that move. He's kind of turned into a wild man. Scully! What is happening right now? Oh, he saw the person. That looks like maybe it's the woman. Is it gonna try and fight him or jump out at him? Because you know it can smell him. It's almost as dark as that Game of Thrones episode in the last season. Almost. Oh, she did jump him. Oh, silhouette. I really want to see her face. Oh, she's still on top of him. Okay. She looks really pretty, actually. Yeah, definitely. Mulder is not going to be able to get you out of his mind anytime soon. Mulder? Did she scratch a hole in his shirt?
Lay back. Mulder, you're hurt.
You should have seen her. She was beautiful.
That's what I said.
Could have torn my head off, but she didn't.
How old would you say she was?
Tell him he's got a real live Neanderthal on the loose. She was young.
They got her cornered. He had crawled into the wall. You get a man in there. That's affirmative.
I don't want them to get to her.
What's going on in here? I got a man down. Suspect is headed south into the woods on foot.
Oh my gosh, leave her alone. Mulder, you kind of called attention to her though. Is he bleeding that much?
I know these woods. If going for cover, she'll be down by the rocks.
I like how the ranger just took sides against his local government, his local police force or whatever, and he's like helping out these FBI agents. I think it's just because Mulder listened to his story and was interested in, you know, what he experiences out here in the woods.
Look.
Can you reach her from here? I can try.
Why is he gonna try and shoot her? Oh, it's a tranquilizer. I should have known though, they weren't gonna try and kill her. Oh no! What are they shooting at? If they kill her, I'm gonna be so upset.
Look, up ahead.
Oh.
Right there. Police trying to bury her.
They killed her? These people get on my last nerve. Like, you could learn something from somebody. Why are you so trigger happy? She wasn't about to kill your whole people. Exactly.
Same reason you kill a rabid animal.
People really are astounding. The way they don't even attempt to justify, oh, she was the one in the photo.
It's the posthumous medical exam of the woman's body. They found fragments of human bone, thing that suggested prehistoric bone structure.
But she did have human bones, so she must have eaten humans, right?
Also released the medical exam from the male body
There would have been offspring.
that she may have given birth.
It all makes sense.
Just go out and have a beer. Will you take the day off?
But if they'd spent that much time in the woods, though, wouldn't they know how to sustain off of the food in the woods, like foraging and stuff? Ay, ay, ay.
Mulder. Yeah, just a second. It's for you.
Is it that guy?
Hello?
Hi, Dana. It's Rob.
Rob.
Thought maybe you'd like to ask Ellen if you could take Trent and join us.
Requisition for a car, please. Thank you.
Is she gonna... Yeah, she's gonna show up and come with him.
A guy?
A guy. You gonna have dinner with him again?
I don't think so. Not at this time.
Thanks, friend.
He clenched his jaw a tiny bit.
Did you have a life, Scully?
Keep that up, Mulder, and I'll hurt you like that beast woman.
Out of Africa.
Look who's holding the door.
Wow, I love these two. I genuinely do. Genuinely. I'll hurt you like that woman.
Dad, did you just see something down there?
Where?
Over there.
You would think the police would try and keep these children and people out the woods.
Jersey Devil. You know, when I was a kid, my dad used to...
But they're still a child. Yeah. The Jersey Devil spawn. That's going to be the next one. So that was episode 5 of X-Files, The Jersey Devil. I liked that episode. Out of 10, I'd probably rate it a 6. Yeah, a 6. It had elements of mainly the unexplained rather than, UFOs and alien stuff. I think I'm sort of leaning more towards enjoying those episodes a bit more, the ones that have to do with actual off-planet sort of entities and beings and technologies. But this was a good episode too. I don't know if maybe I got it wrong in the beginning when the ranger was talking about the male and how it was very big, but it could have been. No, because even when they went to the coroner, well, it didn't show up to the coroner's office, did it? Who knows? Anyway, it was a good episode. I did enjoy it. My favorite bit was Scully and Mulder's relationship dynamic. Hearing that she had called him cute, him being visibly uncomfortable or maybe a tiny bit envious that she was going on these dates. And yeah, you can definitely smell some kind of tension in the air when it comes to that. So that's kind of cool to witness. We saw, as usual, Mulder's tensions and conflicts with local police forces. I don't know why he doesn't try another angle and try and be like friendly to them, as opposed to like coming in like a bull in a china shop sometimes and not being that savvy. So it'd be nice to see him kind of develop over time, to not always get into trouble in every single episode with the local enforcement. So that would be good. But yeah, I enjoyed that episode. X-Files is turning out to be a really good series. This episode would not make me have any sort of trouble sleeping at night, so that's positive. And yeah, just a reminder, if you'd like to watch the full uncut versions of these reactions, then please visit the Patreon link in the description. Otherwise, it will take a bit longer, but they will end up on YouTube in the edited fashion. Thank you again for joining me for this reaction, and I'll see you on the next episode. Bye for now. Haola.